Welcome to another Wellness Wednesday. Let me say that again. Welcome to another Wellness Wednesday. I am Nayaka Anderson, the owner of Rooted Vine. We help people balance their physical health, their mental health, and their spiritual health with our herbal teas. But today we are talking about Wellness Wednesday. Tonight we're talking about mindset shifts to the positive spectrum of things. Every Wednesday we get together and we talk about Wellness Wednesday. Today, like I said, it's about mind shifts, right, to more of a positive lane. I know a lot of us are having a hard time staying positive, considering the climate of the political realm, what's going on in your life, what you're struggling with. It's really hard to have a positive outlook, especially when you're in it. Right. I just want to talk about some positive changes because the truth is, no matter what you're going through, there is a silver lining. I know you might get tired of hearing about that, but there is a silver lining to whatever you are going through. And we need to learn to make sure that our mind shifts to the positive side of the polarity scale versus the negative side, thinking about, oh, forgot to turn this, thinking about what we don't have, what we're lacking, that our maybe our health, the negative side of our health, our financial issues. Because let's be honest, right? Let's be honest. How many of you are having financial issues, right? How many of you may be having family crisis, whether it be the immediate family or the broader spectrum of the family with uncles, aunts, cousins, grandchildren, whatever it may be? A lot of people are feeling that situation, those issues going on in their life. And some of us have been in a perpetual cycle, like on the hamster wheel, like none of it is getting any better. And so I just wanted to encourage you to really look at the positive, because when you start to shift your mindset to the positive, it helps you deal with the issues that you're struggling with a little more, and gratitude for what you are, even what you're going through. Some people would love to have the problems that you have, which sounds crazy, but it's very true. There are people praying for your life. And so sometimes we have to stop and really take inventory of what's going on in our life, why it's going on, and to really have a positive outlook on how you can get out of that, how you can further yourself beyond that, and understand that every problem does come to an end. It may take some days, weeks, months, and even some years, but we really don't have usually we don't have perpetual problems that just continue. They are going to fix themselves by themselves, which is not always great, but it's always wonderful when you put your hands in it and you actually make the healing come about, or the closure of a problem come about. Because basically, we are the captains of our own ship. We do have a lot of say in what happens and how things happen and progress in our lives. So when we talk about shift change, because I know a lot of people is like, what is this mind shift change? It's basically the challenging of your beliefs, of the structure of the system that we're in, basically challenging all that you think you know. Because what we think we know, we don't know nothing. We don't know nothing. So we got to start from the foundation, really. And that's by breaking down what we actually believe to be true. Not only what we think is true, but why do we believe that it's true? So that is another part. A lot of people may question why they believe, but where did that belief come from? Where did it stem from? And why do you have such a hold on it? And basically, have you even done any research about whatever you believe in, or how you're living your life? Or have you even researched, is there other ways to do what you're doing in a better way to help accommodate, right, how you want to live? Where are the tools that you need to make what's going on in your life work better for you? Because it kind of brings up that thing, work smarter, not harder. That is so true in our lives. It's that we go about this grind and we are like really got the pickaxe, and we're really like chiseling at things, when there are tools that are out here that can help us easily sandblast, easily pressure wash, right? I'm just using these as analogies, our issues, and help us deal with ourselves and our issues in a better and easier light. And sometimes I don't believe a lot of us really look outside of ourselves to help come to terms with ourselves in the issues that we're having. So we want to talk now about the techniques, right? The techniques of the positive mind shift. And as always, I do have some worksheets for you guys so that in the privacy of your own home, you can go through them and really have a deep conversation within yourself about how you're living your life and how you actually see life, right? What is your perspective on living? One of the things that we could do, and I kind of mentioned it earlier, is affirmations and gratitude. I myself got up earlier this week, and because I finally finished school, I got my associates in psychology, so I'm so happy. That took me a long time to do because life was happening. I was a mom and all of that, and so finally I got my associates, and I plan on going further. But when it was done, I looked around my home, and because during school and trying to get rooted vines going, I got all of I'm always doing something. I got all this stuff going on, and I just stopped because sometimes I do. I stop and look around and say, wow, I'm so blessed. I live in this beautiful home. I was able to decorate it the way that I want to. I got the clothes that I want in my closet. I got food. I have a loving husband. I got a Roddy, which I never thought I would ever have in a million years. I don't know why. I have a beautiful patio and a backyard, and I got birds singing, and I just got all that I desired and I worked for, right? It's here, it manifests itself. And I stopped because I was like, I put myself in such a busy schedule that I don't really sit and enjoy that which I asked for. Now I am always grateful. Now I do my gratitudes. I'm always grateful, affirmations, all of that. But it's different when you just sit in the stillness of that which has manifested. So I sat there and I thought, wow, this is amazing. Like, and it's crazy because the things that I do, I don't have to do. Like I'm one of those people who are driven. Soon as I'm done with one thing, I'm trying to figure out where I'm going next. And I'm still in the midst of other things. I just finished one huge thing. And then I just I always felt like I always had to propel. Like I got to learn more. I got to figure out some things. I don't want to just be a layabout, right? Um, but in this, I stopped and I said, you're the only one pushing you. You're the only one that's concerned if people come to your talks or if they click on your links or go to your website. Um, you are out here thinking that people are sitting right next to you, seeing what's going on with your life. And the harder you work, the more that they must see, right, to support you. And that's not exactly true. That's a bad mindset to have. And so I have to learn to figure out not just how to do the things, but keep it in the perspective of love and time. Make sure that I split up my time between my friends and my family and the things that um, really make life worth living, and be able to incorporate those things that help me. So, when you're going through problems, when you're going through issues, when you're dealing with yourself, when you're not really sure where you want to go or you feel a little lost, make sure you stop and do the check in with yourself. Give yourself some love, some affirmation, some compassion, some grace. Breathe, breathe. Because even today, because I'm going to be real, even today, like, well, this week I've been getting stomach aches, and that's why I'm drinking my mint tea because of my tummy. I have tummy tranquil, but I couldn't find it in my personal stash. So mint tea is the best thing to go to, and it is helping. But I think I stress myself out so much thinking about what I'm not doing versus the things that I get to do. Did you hear that? I think about the things I'm not doing versus the things that I get to do. and the things that I get to do are amazing. And I play them like they're small potatoes, but it's not. Like I said, someone is praying to live the life you live. I was praying to live the life I'm living now. And so when we deal with things, we want to be mindful of what's going on in our lives. We want to be mindful of where we're at right then and there, and to find those gifts, to find those silver linings, to be able to say, yeah, this may be going on, or I may feel this way, but I'm still able to get up and do. I'm still able to cook food for my family. My family gets to sit at the table, or I still, with me and my husband still laugh together, or I still go get to see my grandma, whatever it is for you, which is truly a blessing. And so I just want people to be able to shift their mindsets to a positive situation, to a positive outlook. One thing that you can do besides just the gratitudes and the affirmations about a positive mindset is to make sure that you are actually doing the things that you love. And even when you have chores, I call them chores, sorry, things that you do, like maybe washing the dishes. I always say, man, I get to wash the dishes because someone has to eat off a ground. Someone has to eat off a leaf. I have like plates and spoons and all of that. Someone doesn't even get to eat. They don't even get to do dishes. They don't even have a home to have a sink in. I have to be able to be mindful of those things also, and take care of that which you have been blessed with. A lot of us are blessed with some amazing things. Now, they may not be the top of the line, it don't matter, but treat them like they are luxurious, right? Treat them like they are the best things out the box. You can start that by getting up out of the bed and making your bed every morning. I used to think it was crazy when people would say, making your bed in the morning makes such a big difference. And I remember, I sometimes I would make it, sometimes I wouldn't. It just depended on how I felt. But my husband is like, because he worked and I stayed home, and he was like, well, you didn't make the bed. He had this whole thing. I'm like, you get in there, you mess it up. What does it matter? But for him, every morning I get up and make the bed. And I have to say, that making the bed does make a difference. Walking in your room and seeing the bed made helps your mindset. It clears the clutter. And and it's kind of weird, but it just makes it seem like you have prepared your day. And not only have you prepared your day getting up, you prepared that outlook. How when you come home, you have a nice, relaxing bed with nice, cool sheets that you can slide into. Everything's not thrown together, right? Because when you come home from a chaotic day, you want serene, and you want that feeling, that peaceful and tranquil feeling, even when you come into your bedroom and to see your bedmate, to see that you had enough fortitude to think about yourself in the morning to prepare for how you were going to end your day is truly amazing. It really goes deeper than that. And I probably need to do something on that. But it's really amazing. And so every morning I make the bed. And when I come in at night, it's a smile on my face. Like the bed is so welcoming. It's almost saying, like, I know you had a rough day. I know you've been doing this and that, but I'm here. Come and get your rest. What a blessing that is to be able to have that comfort. And no matter what type of bed you have, what type of sheets you have, take care of it like it's luxury. Take care of it because someone is wanting and praying to be able to sleep in a bed, to be able to have a pillow, to be able to have the blankets and the sheets. Some people just have a mattress. So we must be able to have a positive mindset and not be so willing to just overlook the things that we have been blessed with, because we can't be blessed with more if we just, I am so sorry, if we just regard it as the things that we have as nothing. It's not going to amount to anything. So I wish we had more people in this session tonight. I really would like your feedback on, basically, do you feel like you have a positive mindset? Do you feel like you always see the cup is full? Or are you someone who's more pessimistic about life? Do you feel like your life is headed in the right direction? Or do you feel like you just need some more tools? Or are you just going with the flow and letting life take you wherever it's going to take you, which is a very dangerous game to play because life can take you to some treacherous places and you can find yourself in a place of darkness that's hard to get out. So I always encourage people to make sure you check in with yourself every morning and you check in with yourself every night. How are you feeling? How could you have done things differently to help you out? And I know it's kind of hard when you have a busy life. I was a single mom before. I had like 4 kids as a single mom. I know what it's like to be um, for a family to be hectic. But I do know what it's like to have structure, and you have to put those things in place. And it's not easy. It is work. It's work day in and day out. But when you create a structure for yourself, it helps you create a better mindset for what you can do. When you start to put processes in place, like, okay, I know that dinner is crazy. I know that trying to come in the house and trying to cook a meal is ridiculous. I've been there myself. And what I did is I employed the crock pot. I did. Said, okay, so the main portion of my meal will be done when I get home and the kids are home. All I have to do is get some vegetables on the stove, saute it, but the meat is there, right? So that became really simple. And I would just put on in a notebook what we were going to have throughout the week. And then on the weekends, it was going to be very simple, very easy, right? Homework. Everybody's going to be at the table while I'm sauteing the vegetables, and we're going to see what's going on with the homework. And you have to put things in place for yourself. If not, it becomes hard. You make it hard because you don't want to participate in your own life. And I'm not talking about just the kids, I'm talking about everything. People want other people to do the heavy lifting. But that's not how life works. You will never learn what you need to learn, what you were sent here to learn, if everyone else is doing the work. You have to do the work. You have to participate in your life, and you have to make some hard decisions. And we can't live in the past and blame parents or anyone else. We have to deal with the traumas, the disappointments, the betrayals, the deaths, the grief ourselves, because that's the only way you can pick up and learn the lessons that are in that. And I know that is hard because I've been through some things, honey. But once you once you agree that I'm going to learn from this versus play the blame game or play the victim game, woe is me because this happened to me, you will feel empowered once you understand what's going on and what you were supposed to learn from that, right? And it's not just you, because it takes more than, and it takes two to tango, and sometimes more than two to have a party. So there may be other players involved. You can't do anything about someone else. You can only control you, your thoughts, and how you are going to protect yourself, your family, and so on and so on. And so when it comes to the mind shift parts, it is hard to have a positive mind shift if you don't get in the game, because everything around you is falling apart. You have to be willing to get in the game. You have to be willing to play and be willing to be vulnerable also. And you have to learn vulnerability with yourself first, because you have to learn to be honest. Because if you're not honest with yourself, then the truth is, you're not honest with anyone else. You're wearing all of these masks to portray something that you're not. And then you come home and you throw your shoes off and you sit down and really you want to cry. Really, you're saying, what is going on right now in my life? What is happening that my life is looking like this? Why is it looking like this? It's because we don't go into things with a positive outlook. We have no goals. We just set the stage. I'm going to go and do this and have this baby. I'm going to get this job. I'm going to go to school. And we think that just saying and doing that is good enough. Now I don't have to do anything else. I've gotten married. I've had the baby. I've gone to school. I got the job. Now I don't have to do anything. I did what I was supposed to do. But woe is you and me, because it's a lot more to it than that, right? And so when we wake up in the morning, we have to check in with ourselves. But we should wake up with a song in our heart. Put on music that is going to help get you in the 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 energy that you need to be in to get through your day. Put it on really loud if you have kids. Help the kids get into a better rhythm and get excited about getting up in the morning and looking forward to what this day can bring. Even ask them, get them involved. What do you look forward to today? This day, what are you looking forward to? You'd be amazed at what kids say. Ask yourself, what are you looking forward to today? Right? Ask your spouse. Even ask your coworkers when you come in. Now, a lot of them are going to look crazy at you because a lot of them are living the same type of life I'm telling you about. They're just unhappy and they don't know how to turn it around. They don't want to go to work. They don't want to do the job. They don't want to cook dinner. They don't want to watch the kids. It's just too much. It's overwhelming. But it does not have to be. You have to shift your mindset on how you live your life. You have to be willing to look at the good and the things that you do not like. And this is what helped me. This is what helped me when I looked in the mirror and I said, Maya, I don't like this part of my life. And then I said, well, if you don't like it, what can you do to change it? And then I took pen to paper. Well, if I don't like this, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can do this in the place of this. Or if I don't like this, but it has to be done, how can I make it better for myself? Write down a list on how you could do things different or how you can edge out some things that really don't resonate with you and really don't need to be there. Like if you didn't do it, it wouldn't kill anyone. It doesn't hurt it. Nobody even know you did it in the first place, right? So sometimes we have to really look at things and say, what can I live with? What can I live without? If I don't like this job, you know what? There's Glassdoor, there's Indeed. I can go on and find another job. I can be happy. I don't have to be stuck here in this place, right? If if the kids are too much when I get home, what can I put in place? So, it will be better. Do I need 5 minutes when I get in the door just of silence? Do I need 15 minutes? Do I need 20? What do I need? And then once I figure out what I need or what is bothering me or what the situation is, then I can work on a solution. Now, I will tell you this with children, if you do have a spouse, don't expect your spouse to jump on your solution. Your solution is going to be your solution. You can share your solution, but not everybody's going to be on the game plan. So you have to do what's right for yourself so that you can get through that evening, get through that night. Make sure them children are fed, did their homework, take their bath, tucked in bed. Now you have time for you. Make sure they have a bedtime, a good bedtime. And I know with my kids, they always had a lot of homework. And I had to go talk to the teachers. Look, I got 4 kids, all this homework, this right here. We're gonna do some work, but every night, this just, they need to get to bed on time. I need to be able to come in, feed them, do homework, and get them to bed on time. They need a little space and a little time for themselves. Maybe they get a little TV time or whatever, but then they're off to bed at a reasonable time. Then the rest of the night is mine to drink my tea, to wind down, to listen to music, to read a book, to get myself prepared for the next day, whether that's making sure their clothes are done, my clothes are done. What are we cooking? Got the crock pot prepped and ready. So all I got to do is put the meat in, turn that baby on, the vegetables cook, whatever it is. But I say this for the mind shift is that we have to participate in our lives. It is not a final edition. We are creating chapters every day to our volume, our book of life. And I encourage you to look forward to what It is. I encourage you to see your future played out. I even just the if you can't look in the future, because I'm kind of like that. Look at your day. What does your day look like? What do you want it to feel like? And then do the best you can in making it that, right? And that's gonna some for some of y'all, that's gonna have to make sure you don't talk to that grumpy coworker or don't answer that phone when your mama called you in the morning, right? Because she always got some drama going on. Okay, I must be just talking about my mama. Sometimes it's you have to put the phone away. Sometimes you have to put the phone on silent for a day. You know, you do not have to be available for everyone all the time. You do need time for yourself. Sometimes we do just need to shut off the phone, the TV, and the radio. And we just need to grab a book, or we just need to sit in the stillness, or we just need to meditate, right? Or we just need to journal. We need to get back to making us what makes us. But we can only do that if we know who we are, right? We know what we like. We know how to move within us being an authentic person. So it is 7:27. I hope this helps someone. Like I said, my tummy wasn't feeling good. I may have been a little off today, but mindset is so important. It's important in everything you do. If you go into something and you just don't feel it, your heart's not into it, it will show. It will, people will pick up your energy, your work will, it will show in your work. So we want to make sure that we just have a positive mindset, right? That we're able to smile. Even in the street, there's so many people with grumpy faces, and it took me a while. I put a process in when I was in my 20s, and I'll tell you this really quick. I was in my 20s, and I put a process in place because I said I want to learn how to say hello to strangers because I just talking to strangers just but I was like, I want to be able to walk in the morning and be walking down the street and be like, hi, how you doing, right? And so I put a process in place for myself because I said, well, what's stopping you from doing that? Me. That's I'm stopping me from doing that because it doesn't hurt nobody, right? And then I said to myself, well, what if they don't say hi back? And then myself said, well, that's more on them than you. Who cares if they don't say hi back? This isn't their journey. You said you wanted to say hi. Who cares what they're going to do with your hi and hello and good morning, right? You said you wanted to do this. So let's make this happen. So I did. So the first week, I said hello to two people and they said hello back. And I said hello with my hands clenched. And I was like, but it was okay. And then I said, okay, I said two people. All right, let's go to five. And then so I ended up saying hello to five people. And then it was like 10 people. And then I just, from then on, it just became natural for me to be able to go and talk to someone. Like, hey, how you doing? How you feeling today? You know, I don't have an issue, but I had to put that process in place because that was a positive mind shift for me. Now I get to meet people. I have great conversations and people enjoy that. And I even talk to people who have those scowling faces and whatever. I talk to them too. And then I find out a lot of them just want to say hi. They're surprised that you even say hi because nobody says hi these days, right? But you do have some of those people who look at you like, why are you saying hi to me? Why are you even talking to me? But that just tells me where their mindset is. They don't have a positive mindset. They're not ready for those elevated conversations. They don't understand that not everybody has to walk around with those mean faces and not everybody has to look at you like you're crazy. You can just be a friendly person that just wants to say hello. And I'll say this too, because I got to put this worksheet in there. There's somebody just one degree away from committing suicide. And your smile, your hello, you being able to see them can change them. And you may never even know it, right? So why not? Why not go out there and be an advocate for positive mindset change, to be an example of what, strength looks like, that I can talk to you, that it's going to be okay. And we may not believe the same things or whatever, but we are both human. Humanity plays a big part in how you deal with other people. So as it's 7:31, let me go ahead and drop this in the chat, right? Let me get it in the chat. What are we talking about now? I am so sometimes I lose these worksheets, y'all. I don't know because I make so many worksheets. Rooted in growth. Here we go. Rooted in growth. That's what the worksheet is called. So let me drop this in the chatty. Paste. All right. So as you know, I always drop worksheets because I don't want to leave you with, okay, what did she just say? What is going on? What should I talk to myself about? These worksheets are conversational prompts with yourself to see what's going on within you, your positive mindset. If you don't have one, why? Where did this come from? Everything I do is about working on self. And so I hope these worksheets help. And let's see, next Wednesday. Oh, we're in September. So next Wellness Wednesday, we're kicking it off with Suicide Prevention Month awareness. So I hope that you come back on Wednesday and check us out as we get ready to kick off September Suicide Awareness Month. We also have our Inner Alchemy. Since it is September and Labor Day is coming, I will be talking about on Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Beyond the Job, talking about people who get stuck thinking that they are the job versus who they really are. And I talk to this from a personal standpoint. I talk about this from a personal standpoint, okay? A personal standpoint because I too got lost. And even it was so bad, I had to see a therapist about it once I left my job because I became my job, or I thought I was my job. And without my job, I didn't know who I was. And so that was a struggle. But I see that as a struggle for a lot of people, especially if you are in jobs that service other people's, as far as doctors, nurses, EMTs, firefighters, police officers, anything around that gives you some type of, you might not have like a title, but gives you some type of prestige in what you do. Once you lose that, it is really hard to figure out what in the world you are without that job. All right, you guys, well, I'm going to let you go. Take care, and I will see you hopefully September 7th, or I will see you September 3rd, Wellness Wednesday. Click the link, tell your friends, and just support Rooted Vines and what we do. We're just new out here, and I'm really trying to help people live the best lives they possibly can by looking within and changing those things that we don't like, others don't like, that could be better, to elevate ourselves. And as I go, as always, I pray that whatever you are seeking, whatever you are desiring in this realm, it is seeking and it is desiring you. All right, family. See you later. Bye.